They call me Zazoo. And I say it that way because where I come from, we don't have names. Names belongs to the experiential life system. And you, my friend, are an experience processing machine. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you can look at some of the other talks I've done where I talk about these things. It is in some ways very important. In some ways it is the fundamental understanding of you. And my friends, if you don't understand you, do you know how to drive a car? It's interesting. It's very interesting. Very good example for what I'm going to talk about. My friends have been watching this show on ancient cultures, and these ancient cultures, they did not have automobiles. They had something called feet for walking. Oh. And to give the concept to someone who walked, maybe rode a horse, and when they were more advanced, a bicycle. Well, to bring a concept to those people and say, imagine people in this big metal thing going 30, 40, 50 miles an hour. You don't even understand what that is because you walk at what? Half a mile an hour? They're going 30, 60, 100 times faster. And if they hit each other, had you given this concept to someone 500 years ago, they would have locked you up. First of all, it's ridiculous. Second of all, it is very malintended to conjure up people going 100 times faster than we do. And how many times faster than when we are on a horse? And to be able to have these accidents and to go so fast. It's unheard of. Unreal. What defines reality, friends? You can drive a car. It is sort of phenomenal how many cars are on the road during your rush hours and how few do collide, given that this person's on their phone, this person's in another world thinking about their ex-lover or this old thing that happened or this problem at work. All of these things going on. This other person's reaching down for something. This other person just didn't see the person they cut off. All of these different things happening at the same time, and miraculously, most everyone doesn't have an accident. Most everyone does get home. As a matter of fact, it's so interesting. You drive on automatic pilot. Is that good or is that bad? I am not here to talk to you about that. I'm here to pose the question because what I want you to consider, my friends, is that 500 years ago, you would never have considered getting into that metal monster that is going to kill you and probably other people too. You wouldn't want that on your hands. And if you ever did get into that metal monster, you would be driving with fear. A crown of fear. Paying attention, paying great attention. Now, instead, the way you see yourselves, your vision of the world, I'm going to use the word your spectacles. That's fun. The spectacles that you see through, my friends, are such that you not only drive, you drive on automatic pilot. That means there is some part of you that is so used to it, it understands so well, it knows when to stop, it knows when to go faster, it knows when to turn. It knows all of these things, all of these decisions that you have to make when you are driving. When you are first learning to drive, you don't know where to look. There's that car, this coming that way, that one behind, and there are 10 others. And when you are at the place where you can drive, and driving is a part of your spectacles, it's nothing to you. And if this bird keeps doing nothing, it'll be nothing to me. And then I will have a new All right, so what I am saying to you, my friends, is this. Your reality has everything to do with your spectacles. Your reality, and whether you think it is a car or a metal monster intent on destroying you and everyone in town, is only a matter of your spectacles. The glasses, the filters that you put on. These filters, they have many things, but what they really have at the heart of them, in addition to beliefs, in addition to values, in addition to all sorts of conditioning and ideas and projections and misperceptions, in addition to all of that, the heart of it, the glass that they are made out of, if you will, is you. It is you, and it is as you say you are. As you say you are. Now, here's the thing. You either say you are too smart to get into that metal monster, or you say, yeah, I could drive. It's no big deal. As you say you are. Now, the idea, the purpose of my telling you about this metal monster is I want you to understand that what you today take for driving, whatever, in the past it wouldn't have been perceived that way, and I trust that you can put on those spectacles, so to speak. You can gain that understanding. You can understand, yes, if someone had never driven before, a car driving by at 50 miles an hour, zoom, that would be very different. It would be something to cause pause, at least. But now you look at it as nothing. And my point is the same true about you. Do you have spectacles, that glass, that determines your reality? It's either a metal monster or just a car. That glass, as you say you are, is everything. And I want you to consider that how you see yourself, whether or not you take the only tool that matters, that might be an exaggeration, the only tool that matters, my favorite tool, it is a tool that all of you, every single human is gifted with, even if you are in a coma. I don't care whether you are this race, I don't care. If you are alive and human, you have this tool. And that is, I won't keep you in suspense any longer, the tool of intent. Don't brush it off. Don't misperceive it. You have a unique tool. It is unique to your earth, to the experiential life system. It is unique to the creator. It is not something, intent, the power of intent, the force of intent. It is not something readily available in the universe. It is something unique to you. It is not something that animals have. They can be persistent. They can know what they want. They know who they are. But it doesn't mean that they have intent. Intent is your power. If you see yourself through spectacles with intent, if you have intent, if you are intentful in whatever you do, I don't care if you're in school, if you're at home, I don't care where you are and what you're doing. You think it matters, but I don't. Why? Because I've already seen monster machines. I've already seen cars. I understand that that's not what's really significant. So you might think it matters. I think it's not significant. What is significant is whether you are getting ready for bed or getting ready for a really big meeting, do you have intent? It is sort of like saying, do you have some spirit for living? Have you seen people without intent? They sort of walk around like a zombie. Oh. And I'm not exaggerating that. They walk around, they're not necessarily very present. If you're watching, I am sure this is not you. You are trying, I'm sure, to make things work for you. You are trying to line things up. You are trying to maybe get a love, maybe get a life with a new job, a new home. And if you are, my friend, trying doesn't work, but I commend you on feeling or thinking, having spectacles that say, either I can make this better or I'm going to do what I can to try to. Why bother trying if you have intent? Have you, my friend, seen someone you have? Think of someone who is sort of in that, I'm going to do this. They're going to go be an actor, or they're going to go shopping, or they're going to go whatever, be an artist. They're going to, whatever they're going to do, when they have their eyes on the prize, as you say, when they are focused. Unstoppable, aren't they? All of a sudden, the seas might as well part, because get out of their way, they're coming. They don't care how long it takes. They don't care what it takes. They are going to do it because they have intent. And when you have intent, I'm going to tell you a little more than I should. You start to get the universe behind you. Why? Because intent requires I. Intent, I. It is you. If you, the I that you are, is not fully present and is not the one making the decision, then you would be intentless. Maybe a zombie. Because you are what you are. And you get to say what you are. And if you, in your intent, say, for example, I'm going to be an actor. There are some that say, I don't care. It's hard. I don't care. Most fail. I don't care. Most end up as waiters. I don't care. Most get abused, or they work for nothing, and I don't care. And they say, I'm going to do it. And they go and they do it. You can say, oh, but Zazoo, it's because they believe in themselves. They do. They are connected with something and they do believe in themselves, but they have intent. You can believe in yourself and you can say, I should have that. I work just as hard. I'm just as smart. I'm this, I'm that. You can argue with me whether or not that's a real belief, but my point is that person's saying they believe it, but they don't have the intent. They don't have that force at play. That force begins with you, but it goes well beyond you. It goes well beyond you. Just put yourself in a place of intent. Think of a time when you have been in that position of, come hell or high water, I'm doing it. Come hell or high water, it's happening. Think about when you were in that position. Did anything stop you? Think about someone else who has been in that position where you see that glint in their eyes and they already did it even though it isn't done, and you sort of are like, let me get out of the way, I don't want to get run over. Everyone has met someone like that. You look at them and you know that they're going to either make something of them, they're going to do whatever it is that they set out to do. Why? Because of that intent. So, my friends, today I wanted to talk to you about intent because it is, I can't say enough. I can't. If you look at anyone who has success, they have intent. If you look at them and you say, but things happen for them, they must have good karma, maybe they were good in a past life, I say, you're hopeless. But if you prefer, start to be good in this life and then wait to see how next life works out. But bad things happen to good people, so I wouldn't bank there myself, my friend. Instead, start to question. Because some of those people who are really successful, they seem like everything works for them. And then they look over here and everyone looks their way and helps them. And then they look over here and things line up for them. Are they lucky or are they intentful? And tapping into this power that goes well beyond them. Tapping into this power that changes everything Yes. Yes, they are. Can you just wake up and say, I'm going to be intentful today? You can. You have to understand what intent is. You have to understand how to be intentful with yourself. You have to decide to take off those old spectacles that have you seeing whatever it is that you are seeing in your life as a limitation. Whatever it is that you look at and you're like, that is just a metal monster that's going to crash. Start to say to yourself, are there metal monsters? Is that really how I want to see this? Am I more powerful? If I were in my intent, would I see this differently if I changed those spectacles? And start to change your spectacles, my friend. Because I've already talked to you a little while ago about using your senses. Tap into your senses, I said. Now I'm saying to you, when you've tapped into your senses, you've got some things going on. Now tap into your intent, because when you are intentful, your vision will change. What, Zazoo? Your vision will change. You will see things. You will say to me, did you put contacts, colored contacts in my eyes? And I will laugh. Not that I laugh sometimes in body. When I'm not in body, there isn't laughter. But it's a good thing. Yes, you will tell me that the colors got more vibrant, that things started to feel very different and started to have a different sensation when you change your glasses. Now, you can put on some sunglasses of different colors and see color differences, and I am telling you that it is just like that with no spectacles, no glasses, just the spectacle of intent. An intent that starts with you, where you say who you are. When you say who you are, and it comes from you, your cosmic self, not the personality that has a tantrum and says, I deserve that. To that I say, you need to work on that. That's not a good energy. Does it feel good? Does it look good on you, on others, when they sort of have a tantrum? By sort of, I mean have an ugly tantrum. No. I'm talking about when you are being you, when you are serious about you, when you get that glimmer in your eye because you have the intent that you're going to be it, do it, have it, experience it. I want you to notice one thing about it. Everything falls away, my friend. He pulled my hair, who cares? She called me a name, you don't care. She told me that it's terrible and you'll never get a job. So what? You don't, everything falls away. And it's like you become honed, and all that there is one thing. And that one thing is you and what you are going to be, do, experience. You become oneness. You are. And that's the glimmer that people sort of sit back and have that reaction to, because they sort of know. If you're too close to that fire, you could get burned. You create something incredible that people, they know at a different level. They don't think, oh, I don't know, I better watch out. They do have a little of that, but it happens at a different level, at a faster level. They sort of go, I better get out of the way, or help the person, because this person's going somewhere. They might help me in return. That's the response people have to that energy, to what you create. Don't forget, I said, you have to have these spectacles. This thing's getting loud. Stop. You have to have these spectacles. Oh, I see. It's calling others. There's going to be an invasion. It is all about your spectacles. She says that if I go like this, it will go away. Go away. Go away. Behave yourself. She always has these feathers around. It is about you saying who you are. It is about you changing these spectacles to those metal monsters. It is about you being intentful based on you and having everything else fall away. Because when you are intentful, my friend, nothing else matters. All the other matter falls away. And you are really performing a miracle, are you not? That is part of the magic of your experiential life system. You do that, and you will think I put contacts in your eyes at night, my friends.